Hey, I'm Cesar S.Tempest, and this is why people play Toram online in 2022. I asked the question to several players on Discord across a handful of Toram community servers, and this video was a compilation of some of the responses I got. So, why do you play Toram online? Aldenard. Toram Online is a vast semi-open world game entitled the MMORPG genre. One of my favorite game genres since the first day I discovered Toram Online until this day. Due to its Japanese fantasy story, I am hooked on trying the game. Toram Online provides a unique system where you're free to choose whoever you want to be in the game. Simple archer, mage, magic swordsman, it's all your choice. In addition, the game may ask you to choose a class, but any class will have access to most existing skills in the game. Another unique system in the game is that you're free to cast a skill at any time and may be supported by combo system that may significantly affect your combat experience. Toram Online combat experience is manual. There is no auto farm feature or something like that. However, Toram Online is about fighting many bosses, and the game encourages you to fight together with your friends. Due to this game, I've met a lot of awesome players and had a chance to get to know each other. Last but not least, Toram Online still constantly updates its content to this very day, which makes some veterans still get hyped for the upcoming content. Some veteran players may be hyped with the story content, some do hype with the new experience, or many more. Multiple of these reasons are why I'm still playing this awesome game. And there you go. You sound like an Asobimo sales rep in disguise. Disclaimer, I'm not a sales rep. Right. Magyar. At first, I found this Toram Online randomly on Play Store and looked up its preview. It was so great back then for me. The graphic was so good for smartphone games, and it's an MMORPG, which is one of my favorite genres. Tried playing it, and now I'm in love with this game for plus minus 5 years and still loving it. I really like the system where you can grind yourself to make you OP without spending real money, and the bosses and BGM are fantastic. This is a game that I would play until it finally closes down, for real good. Quartz. Why do I play Toram Online? I wanted to find a classless PvE MMO, one that didn't force its players into a specific archetype upon starting the game. When I found Toram, I fell in love with how players can mix and match from different skill trees, even if at times it feels like many skills are almost mandatory. I haven't found any other game quite like it in this regard, and it's something I really enjoy as someone who loves pushing systems to their limits in unconventional ways. Rocks. I like MMO in general. Used to play Guild Wars 2 before, and I liked it a lot. After my old PC got sold, I was looking for a similar game and found Toram. I liked it a lot and usually play Minecraft, then take break from Minecraft in 6 or 7 usually when exams are near. And after exam, I switched to another game. This time I switched to Toram. Hadn't planned to play for long, but I ended up joining Guild, and I was going through tough time IRL. And everyone here are so amazing, I can just drop myself in it and play with friends and forget about all the IRL stuff and just have fun. If I had to answer in one sentence, I would say, because I have friends from here, that's why I play Toram. God damn it, Rox, you are so cute. 3868.
I guess mainly because it's one of the only games I can play rather smoothly with my potato device. Aside from that, I have some friends to play with.
Ryu Della.
All the MMORPGs that I played before Toram, I left them like within a week. I found Toram at the start of 2019 if I remember correctly, and I stuck to it because Toram has like a good character, a class system, and also complex skills and build types, and it made me want to explore them. Also, Toram has many online communities to help, such as Essential Alliance, Phantom Library, Toranova, etc. I started using Discord cause of Toram only, never used it before that. Another passive goal I have is to make a billion spinner in Toram.
Aziwardo.
The reasons vary. It's just one of the many games I felt like giving a try. It has its pros and cons mostly. I met some very nice people in the game that were helpful for me to get better at it. It reminds me of Tarkov, where we have to figure most things by ourselves, so it's far from perfect. To some, that's what makes it even more exhilarating.
Magic smile.
It is pretty unique for an MMORPG. But yeah, it's mostly because I love engaging with the community. The thing about players being master, he's correct. The amount of time you spend is less than the amount of return you get. It's just my experience, so it's not like everyone will feel the same way as I do. Also, my nickname is a Morbius movie reference. I never said if it's best or worst. Yeah, I got that.
Devil69.
Because I personally like it. I'm a fan of RPG games, and games which needs learning of a lot of hitting stuff to get good at the game. Toram is one of them. Calculating builds, damage, and other stuff to reach max potential is the best thing I like about Toram. I'm a meta player, but I've seen lots of people playing other things and perform well with it, so the class-X thing which Toram provides is so good. Oh, I thought you had more to add. Nah, I'm done, that's it.
Cesar.
With pleasure. I've played many games and tried my fair share of MMOs, but something about Toram just gripped me. Later on, I realized that it's because of the people I've met there. Yes, there are some toxic players like in any other game, but Toram opened my eyes to how genuine and caring people on the internet can be. I've met people who have had and continue to have a real impact on my life, socially and otherwise. The game itself has decent graphics and a mediocre story, but the game is challenging, and while the farming and grinding is tedious, it is also rewarding. To finally get something done right after failing countless times has a certain sense of accomplishment that I'm sure any gamer could relate to. And I get to experience that with a bunch of people from around the world whom I've never even met and yet hold dear. When I get asked how long I think I'll be playing Toram, my answer is always the same. If they ever shut down the servers, I'll be there. I'll be online to the very last minute, till they finish the countdown. And I'm damn sure I won't be alone.
Tesla.
I started originally playing because my girlfriend got me into it. She played this game a lot in her childhood, and when it got released on Steam, we decided to start playing it together. Right now I play a lot because it's something to keep me busy. It's a game that takes a lot of time, and I enjoy it a lot.
Queen.
Toram Online is the only MMORPG that I came across in mobile that's able to offer difficulty, proper mechanics, and a decent scaling from noob to pro, as well as not being that much of a P2W game. Everything is reachable. All it takes is time and a bit of intelligence. Another reason why I play Toram is, despite the somewhat toxic player base, there's a lot of good and unique people that you will come across and eventually consider as close friends. Another is joining a guild and feeling like family, but that's a given for all MMORPGs. That's my take. Gets boring in the long run though, lol.
Gamer Catboy.
Cause, number 1, friends. My friends are all here, or are from here. Number 2, nice gameplay. Battles are fun and have nice ways to customize it. 3, the game is definitely a fashion game with some MMORPG elements. 4, showing off. I like showing off my years of experience in it. That's nice. Well, those are the ones at the top of my head and generalized. Privately, I also do it for Sue.
Hidon.
Games are more fun with friends. Well, that was something I didn't know or realize before I joined Toram Online. It was somewhat of my first MMORPG game, and I didn't regret downloading it. Even though I was stuck on the loading page for 2 whole days, I still wanted to play it. I was never bored of it, and there were plenty of things to discover and even innovate. It's been 4 years of me playing Toram, and I'm really glad I continued playing. I've downloaded and tried many MMORPG games, but none of them could satisfy me. I always felt like something was missing in those games. Well, Toram satisfied me. It gave me exactly what I wanted. It gave the players the freedom to customize their own characters, their class, weapons and equips, stats, and not to mention it also gave the freedom to trade. Yes, Toram has its very own economy with no fixed price and whatsoever, and it's really fun to see the numbers multiply. I've played this for almost 4 years now, and the people I met 4 years ago are still my friends. There are various and many types of communities in the game itself. Of all the people I've met in the game, I say 90% of them are really good and helpful. Every day I would log in with the hope to play with my friends. Like I mentioned earlier, games are more fun when you play with your friends, and this is another reason why I continue to play Toram Online.
Ayumi.
Oh hi! I mostly play Toram to hang out with my friends and have fun. This really felt like the game I was looking for. MMORPG, character customization, and nice combat system, hence why I play it. It's a fun game, but it can get boring when grinding sometimes. Zamista. I played Toram because I was in the 2nd grade when I found it on the Play Store. My life changed from playing it. I learned English, made lifelong friends, met you, Lamau, and it even started my lifelong dream. Toram is like a home at this point. You can get distracted, go do stuff, or play another game, but you always come back.
Cesar Tempest.
I started playing Toram around 2016. I didn't have a console or a PC, and my Android was just barely one. I tried a bunch of games looking for an action RPG because expression through in-depth bottom-up customization and combat options are things that matter a lot to me. Most that look cool couldn't run properly on Tronix, and the others that could lacked that bottom-up customization I mentioned. But one game stood out and offered everything I was looking for. Well, almost everything. I played Toram for long stretches at a time, taking breaks during school and college semesters. I met so many different people, some chill, some not, an ex, several communities, and a guild that rivals family. Expressing myself through unique outfits I put together, freely combining options to provide a fulfilling combat experience, for the major most part anyway, and engaging with several other features of the game to satisfy my need for unique expression. If Toram Online had a direct PvP system, it would have been the perfect game for me. That being said, there are plans for that to be added to the game, but things are different now. My life's journey is headed to a place where my full commitment is needed elsewhere. I would have loved to make more complex videos on Toram, leave a positive impact in the community in some way, or at least master all the mechanics and systems it has to offer. But right now, what I'm content with is solidifying all the skills and knowledge of the game I've accumulated over the years, and lend that strength to my friends in the game, as a casual player. That's why I play Toram Online in 2022.
Wow, this took a long time to put together. Fun fact for you. 6 people paid me about a total of $22 to make this video. I think they already know how much they mean to me, but you know how it goes. This video is brought to you by my patrons, Millie, Banks, Miraculix, Susai means Siham Robi, Tesla, and Jace. Thanks for paying me to draw anime titties on Twitter all day, and sometimes make projects like this. Speaking of which, on to the next one. Glincy.